Hello again, I am writer-artist Michael S Garner. I write and draw an online comic book called Visions of the New, which you can find at visionsofthenew.com. I write it, draw, create it, blah, blah, blah. It's my online comic book. Today, we are going to be talking about this past weekend's incredible box office for $120 million. I think that number's right. I didn't look it up, I can't remember. But $120 million, one of the biggest box office ever for The Force Awakens. Okay, I am so kidding. I don't care. I know the fans are divisive about this, kind of in a Batman Superman way. Like, really like that. And it's kind of, I shouldn't smile, I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of people who love Star Wars out there. It's a huge, huge, huge franchise. And this is the one that's making people kind of go, wait, I didn't want this. But that's what fans go through. I don't want to talk about that, because instead I want to talk about something incredibly unpopular. Hawk and Dove. Okay, all right. This weekend, they released a picture of Hawk and Dove for the new Teen Titans. If you don't know, this is going to be a new Teen Titans live-action TV series that's going to be premiering on DC Warner Brothers' new streaming app, which is going to have all DC comic book characters and blah, 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 and all that stuff like that. By the way, will purchase this app. Huge DC comic book fan. They do this TV series right for the most part. You know, my Supergirl rants, we're not going to go there. But I can't wait for this. And the fact that they released this and it looks like Hawk and Dove, I'm really excited about this. I think that these costumes actually look better than the ones that we have on a CW right now. At least being true to the character itself. I mean, Arrow's fine, everything like that. Arrow looks good. The Flash looks good, but it took him a little while to get there. Like I said, with the Flash costume in the first couple of seasons, it looked like he was wearing like a baggy outfit because he was so thin. And then Arrow has progressed over the years too. But I always thought that his costume was pretty on point. They just didn't give him the mask until later. But enough about that. So they released Hawk and Dove, and I guess Hawk and Dove are going to be series regulars for at least the first season. And that did happen in the comic book, I believe, back in the George Perez days. I didn't read all of them or anything, but they were in there and they had a big arc. The only thing is that Hawk and Dove, to my recollection, were never too popular. Every single time they tried to do solo books are two people, it never really did well. Even in 52, when they released it in the 52, after Rebirth and everything, they never came back. They did their 12 issues or whatever it was, and I actually read them all, and they were awful. I just have to be honest, they were awful. And Rob Liefeld, it just looked like he, sorry Rob, sorry, I grew up with you, but I had the same complaints when I was little. It just looked like he just didn't even care about drawing it. And that's, but I still read every issue, even though they didn't even make sense at the end. But the characters of Hawk and Dove I kind of liked ever since I was a kid. It's just the idea of them. Not even so much the visual, it's just the idea of them, the avatars of these powers and everything like that. And the fact that a lot of people are talking about the fact that Hawk really kind of rages out like Wolverine. So Dove is there to keep him in check. But Dove actually is technically stronger. Well, at least he was in the 52 version than Hawk is. But this is going to be the female, obviously the female Dove and the male Hawk. There was always a male Hawk. Okay, there was one time there was a female Hawk, but we're not going to go there again. So, getting back on track. This pic looks really good. It looks just as good to me as the one that was released of Robin, played by, oh god, I'm going to get his name wrong. I always get his name wrong. Brenton Thwaites. Alright, I screwed that up, I'm sorry. But I do have to say one thing about him. Just to go to Robin for a second, because I never got to comment on this. I'm happy that he's going to play this role. I feel like they don't give a lot of credit to him as an actor and everything like that. When I saw The Signal, I was blown away by him, especially the interrogation scene with him and Lawrence Fishburne. I love a lot of that movie. Okay, I love 90% of that movie. The ending was just stupid. I was like, oh, this is okay. But if you watch The Signal, I think you understand what I mean. I think that he did a really good job in that, and he did other movies and everything like that. He was even in what else did he? Signal. Oh, Gods of Egypt. He was awful in that, and everybody was awful in that movie, and I hated that movie. But that's just my opinion. But movies like that and The Giver and people just didn't like that either. Just, but I think that him as an actor, he's good, and I think he's a perfect choice for this. As far as Hawk goes, he used to be Aquaman from Smallville. And before that, he was a singer on American Idol. Okay, I had a crush. All right, I'll admit I had a crush back then. All right, but he was a singer on American Idol. And I remember the day when he actually sang to Paula Abdul on his audition. I believe it was his audition. And Paula was just, like, she was like all blushing and everything like that. It was kind of cool. And then I don't know if his acting career actually started after that, or he maybe had a little bit before that, but it's kind of like Catherine McPhee from American Idol. She was an actress trying to work her way up before she was on American Idol. But then American Idol made her more of a singer. And she's not even going to go there on singing right now. All right. But, so how can a girl, the thing I'm just hoping when these pictures came out, it's obviously going to be most likely more gritty because this is an app. This is a streaming app that DC Comics is going to be able to do. So they can set their own rating system. So hopefully it'll be more like a Netflix. Obviously it's not going to be completely like a Netflix show, and hopefully they give it a budget. They're going to have to with the Teen Titans. But the thing that I'm just hoping that doesn't happen is that all you people out there who love Legends of Tomorrow, I watch it religiously too because I have to watch DC comic book shows because it's in my blood. I just love DC. But I'll admit the faults right away. And the thing about Legends of Tomorrow that always got on my nerves is that they went the comedy angle. It's okay to have a little bit of comedy, but it's all comedy and slapstick now. And it's I can't even take characters who I actually really care about, like the Atom, Hawkman and Hawkgirl, who are no longer in the series. I think that they didn't do them completely right. It's just even Captain Cold and stuff like this. They didn't give them the seriousness that they deserved. And even people like God, Vixen is in it now. I'm like, oh, I love her. She's an actress from the originals, and she was also in, oh God, I can't remember. Whatever. She was in the originals, and she did a really good job. And her accent and everything, I just love her to death. Even the characters like that, Vixen, I want to see done the right way. I want to see done seriously. At least she's not cracking jokes every 5 minutes in a series, but she's still a part of it. And that's just kind of the tone of Legends of Tomorrow. I don't want that tone in the Teen Titans show. I just hope that they take it a little bit more seriously, and I think they will. I mean, this is a big property, and to bring it in live action and all these special effects, I just want this to be an incredible DC comic book series, and I think it will be, and I'm optimistic about it. And the fact that God, I'm gonna butcher his name like crazy too. Alan Ritchson, he was okay as Aquaman in Smallville. He was good. He was always smiling. It was kind of like he was modeling, and but he did a good job. Physically, obviously, he looked like Aquaman. He was fine. Yeah, I think that he can probably do the job because I've seen him in a lot of other things, like even Blood Drive on the Sci-Fi Network, and even in the Hunger Games. I thought that even though he had a small role in the Hunger Games, he did a good job. And that I believe it was Catching Fire he was in. But yeah, so I'm really excited about the Teen Titans show, and I'm just wondering, is everybody else excited about the show? Do you think you're gonna buy that streaming DC comic book app? Are you upset about Star Wars? Sorry. Not a huge fan of Star Wars. Let's say it one more time. Not a huge fan. I grew up with it. I know everything about Star Wars. Believe me, I can go Grey Jedi on you and everybody else. But I'm just not a big fan. Not a big fan of the lore. But I am a big fan of Titans. And I can't wait for it to come in DC. So I'm just wondering what you guys think about it. Just write comments down below if you're looking forward to this, like I am, because I'm really looking forward to this streaming app. I'm gonna go crazy. And God, I hope they make a Superboy TV series on here, like Superboy Connor Kent, Superboy. That would be incredible, because they veered that off of Supergirl teams, and they're not gonna bring him on. I think it's kind of a smart move, especially what they did with Superman. But I digress. So that's my little sandbox. I was just here to talk about Hawk and Dove and a Teen Titans series, and I can't wait for it to come out. So until next time, if you guys want to check out my own online comic book, blah. Visions of the New, visionsofthenew.com. You can get a PDF version there, read it online, do whatever you want. And if you want to subscribe to my station, just click down below. Or if you want to leave a comment on anything, feel free. I hope you guys have a great holiday week, and I will see you next time.